Hello, friends. Welcome to the Nope Coach podcast. I'm your host, Suzanne Culberg. This is episode 248, the Siren Song of the Quick Fix. It wouldn't be January without quick fixes being hailed from everywhere. Billboards, TV ads, internet scrolls, like everywhere. The answer is simple. You just need to do this thing. Instant results, quick results. And yeah, it really pisses me off. I understand the allure. I understand the temptation, but preying on people's insecurities with you can have this for the discounted price of X just really gets my goat. Change is rarely ever convenient, and change that we desire is rarely ever quick. Changing our habits, changing the way that we're wired, changing the way that we do things, it takes time. And often people who have instant results, they don't last. Like they've done studies on people who are lotto winners, who have come into a quick boom, or people who have, overnight become rich through an inheritance or something. And the great majority of them, a year later, are no better off financially when they had that big windfall, because they haven't become the person who knows how to manage a large amount of money. In weight loss, a lot of these things that are go hard or go home and just drink this skinny pink drink or have this shake or do this grueling workout are physically, mentally, emotionally unsustainable. And then when we try and do these things, whether it be lose weight, start a business, and we don't get the result that's being advertised to us, we make it mean there's something wrong with us. We didn't try hard enough. We didn't want it enough. When really it had no substance. Hence the title of the episode, The Siren Song of the Quick Fix. So when you are wanting to make a change, whether you're wanting to, start a business, I was having a discussion with a client just this morning who is wanting to start a business, and there is no shortage of videos and courses and trainings and platforms out there promising instant results or 6 figures in 60 days or some other BS like that. But they don't talk about the real talk about entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurs are the only ones I know who leave a 9 to 5 to work 24/7. Like the thing that goes in behind the scenes, the amount of hours, the amount of work that's required. And they don't do the real talk. These, weight loss things don't talk about the long-term results, like what happens after the after. When we see like a Disney movie, a Pixar movie, a princess movie, it's like we see the before, and then we see the struggle, and then we see the fairy tale ending, and then the movie ends. Unless or until there is a part 2, there's a sequel, there's another villain, there's another land, there's another thing that's come out of the woodwork. And once again, it follows exactly the same sequence. Something terrible happens. The hero overcomes, and once again, they ride off into the sunset. What happens after the after? We are portrayed, we are sold fairy tale endings. What's next? Well, life carries on as it always does. And then we begin to second guess ourselves when we're trying to make a change or start something new and ask, is now the right time? Have I missed out? The 1st of January has passed. Do I need to wait until next year, till Monday, the universal day to change our lives? There is no right time. There's only time and how we utilize it. And I think the real hang up isn't, is this the right time? Is this the right method? Is this the right person? The real hang up is, am I actually going to be able to do this? Like, what happens if I fail? We'd rather not even try or not truly start or get sucked into the allure of the siren song of the quick fix than realize this might take a hot minute or a year or 5 years or however long. A lot of these, business things, these business trainings, these quick hit 6 figures. I was down to my last dime. I was on the bare bones of my ass. I got a credit card and then I did this thing and it changed my life. And you can do it too, because you just give me your last thing and get on the bare bones of your ass and, whatever. It's not real. It's not true. It's not sustainable. And we buy into that vision. Is that business model sustainable, or are they going to tell you to do the exactly same thing with the people that you're working with? Are you going to have to drink these shakes forever? Like, the way that you lose the weight is the way that you'll keep it off. If you stop doing that thing, you'll stop getting the result. The way that you build the business is the way that you'll keep going. If you stop doing that thing, you'll stop getting the result. I went to this training thing yesterday that I quickly turned off, that they were saying to DM 20 people a day, like direct message, slide into the DMs. Oh, I've got this offer. I was like, ooh, makes me want to die inside. Maybe it's my introverted nature. I don't know. If it works for you, please feel free. Comment on this video. Let me know. How have you gone with that strategy to randomly DM 20 strangers? But they reckoned that they could DM 20 strangers and close 5 of them. And I was like, yeah, this sounds like a silver bullet, quick fix pyramid scheme to me. So all of this to say, the hardest step is often simply starting and trusting that the step that you take will be enough. And from that step, then you can take the next one. So often we're so busy looking at the end of the path. Like, there's that quote, and it's failing me right now, but the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. It's not that one. It's about something about climbing a ladder or whatever. But we are so busy looking at the top that we don't see where we are and focus on this next step and this next step and this next step. If you're wanting to start a business, what is the very first step? If you're wanting to release some weight, what is the very first step? Can't circumvent that with a guaranteed formula, whether the formula be drink these shakes or whether the formula be DM 20 randos. Like, break this down and realize this is going to be a process. There isn't a quick fix to this. Think of things that you have mastered in your life: walking, driving, tying a shoe. None of these were circumvented by a formula or a blueprint or a just do this. They took time. It's funny, my son Casimir, he's on the spectrum. Some of his learning is delayed. Tying a shoe took a very long time and we finally nailed it. And I was like, yes. And then he grew out of those shoes and we bought him a new type and it had a wider lace, and his fingers, his dexterity, he's struggling with that. And I was like, oh, it feels in many ways like we're back at square one again. We are not. But, it's once again the baby steps to move towards it, not the quick fix. Like, we could, buy him Velcro shoes forever. Or we could be like, here we go. We know what to do. Let's start learning this. Let's start practicing this, and we will get there again. If you lost weight and you regained it, you haven't failed. You know what to do. If you've launched a business and you've had a dry spell or some times where people haven't signed, you know what to do. You don't need to go and buy these quick fix siren songs. I will fix everything for the small price of this. Just keep turning up, keep showing up, keep taking those baby steps. After the fairy tale ends, what happens? Life carries on as it always does. So you don't need to be fixed because you're not broken. You don't need to run off into this formula or thing that someone's basically just trying to sell you something. Just keep showing up for yourself. There's no right time. There's no right way. There's only the time that you have and how you choose to use it. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Suzanne Culberg. This is a daily podcast. We're at episode 248. My goal is 365 days. So we've got about 120-ish, just shy of to go. So if this is the first one you've tuned in for, welcome. I encourage you to keep listening. And if you're one of the regular listeners, thank you for tuning in. If you're watching this on YouTube, please give the video a like or a comment. It really helps me boost the algorithm. And if you're listening on one of the podcasting platforms, I would so appreciate a review. Hope to catch you on the next one. Bye for now.